If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, you can tell me that you hate my videos, but the best way to do that is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, Bill Cosby thanks Snoop Dogg, and A Boogie says he's gonna start suing rappers for jacking his style. Plus, Yo Gotti, Glock, and Lil Wayne all compete for #1. Let's talk hip-hop. Alright, so this is crazy, right? So, as you guys know, a couple days ago, Snoop Dogg pretty much sent a threat out or dissed Gayle King, right? So, the whole situation is that Gayle King did an interview with Lisa Leslie a few days ago about Kobe Bryant, right? And the whole interview was supposed to be like just Lisa Leslie talking about her friendship with Kobe Bryant, you know, rehashing old memories, talking about his daughter Gigi, you know, to make people feel good about Kobe Bryant, right? But Gayle King brought up some sexual allegations that Kobe Bryant had against him like 17 years ago, back in 2003. Lisa Leslie basically was like, listen, that case got dismissed from the court, the judge threw it out. You had all this time between 2003 and 2020 to ask Kobe Bryant yourself about it. So why are you bringing it up? I think that we should just leave it there, case closed, right? And then Gayle King, of course, proceeded to continue to ask Lisa Leslie the same question in a bunch of different ways, right? CBS puts the clip out on Twitter, and everybody started attacking Gayle King, right? The general public, and of course, other superstars. So Snoop was one of the most vocal guys who was coming at Gayle King. He basically called her like a dog-faced bitch and all that stuff like that, right? To the point where the Secret Service, believe it or not, had to get involved and intervene because they felt like Snoop Dogg was threatening to actually hurt Gayle King, right? So of course, Snoop Dogg had to come back on social media and kind of back down and be like, I'm not trying to hurt Gayle King or incite anybody to hurt her. I'm just mad and upset because of what she did about Kobe Bryant, right? So during that time, Snoop Dogg kind of was trying to make an example and a comparison with Gayle King and Oprah. So he was basically just saying, like, it's sad that our own black women who are supposed to be in the community to protect black men, because black men already have enough bullets pointed at them anyway. So now a black woman who's supposed to protect her black man is now pointing a bullet at him too, basically. Like, if you're gonna sit on your platform and try to slander a Michael Jackson, or if you're gonna sit on your platform and try to slander a R. Kelly or try to slander a Bill Cosby, then you might as well use that same platform to slander a Harvey Weinstein or something like that. It's basically what Snoop Dogg was trying to say, right? He's not saying that Bill Cosby is innocent or that R. Kelly is innocent, right? He's just saying what's good for the goose is good for the gander, and you use your platform to tear down black men who rightfully did something wrong. Just use that same platform to tear down the white guys that did something wrong too, right? Don't try to give them the benefit of the doubt, right? Anyway, Bill Cosby, who was sitting in prison right now, saw this, right? And then somehow ends up going on Twitter to thank Snoop Dogg for defending him, which is strange, right? So here's what Bill Cosby says. He says, when they brought me to my gated community and placed me inside of my penthouse, they didn't win nor did they silence me. It's sad and disappointing that a successful black women are being used to tarnish the image and the legacy of successful black men, even in death, right? And this is crazy because Bill Cosby is not the type of person who, before he got locked up, ever identified himself as a successful black man. And I know that sounds weird because he's, you know, Bill Cosby, the one from the show who's dancing around and giving everybody Jello pops and everything like that. But back in the day, Bill Cosby used to denounce black culture. He used to always be like, get off my, he was like, you know, you wearing your pants like that, you making black people look bad. I hate hip hop music. All of it is trash. He didn't understand it. He says it perpetuates negative stereotypes, everything. So Bill Cosby was not ever the type of person that was for the culture. If you could remember or look back, when have you ever seen, Bill Cosby really sit down and do an interview with like The Breakfast Club or somebody from the culture, right? Or even be involved in going on tour with like other comedians that are from the culture, right? Why has Bill Cosby never did nothing with Steve Harvey or Bernie Mac or D.L. Hughley or Cedric the Entertainer? Bill Cosby was supposed to be one of the original kings of comedy, right? People always talk about how different comedians in the black community are great and amazing, from Jamie Foxx to, Martin Lawrence, even Will Smith, but nobody in the culture really talks about Bill Cosby because Bill Cosby denounced the culture years ago, right? Anyway, Bill Cosby continues to say, are these the people that need fame, ratings, and or money? On behalf of myself and Camille's his wife, and my family, I thank you. My heartfelt prayers go out to Kobe, his family, as well as Michael Jackson and his family. May their legacies live on forever, right? And so the message is great that's coming from Bill Cosby, but coming from Bill Cosby? Fuck out of here. Like, you're the dude that denounced hip-hop and black culture and talked down on black men and black kids and black youth, and basically was like, oh, those guys in hip-hop, they don't represent me or what I stand for, so, later for them, right? And now look at you, sitting in prison thanking Snoop Dogg, a nigga who you probably never listened to a one song by. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Alright, so A Boogie goes on Twitter, right? And he's like, I bet. Keep on trying to sound like me without showing love, and I'm gonna start suing you motherfuckers. For real though, this shit is getting out of hand. I'm not trying to knock nobody's hustle. I'm just getting sick of the craft y'all bringing to the table, making this shit boring, right? And basically he's talking about people like trying to sound like him or A Boogie clones, right? And this is ill because a lot of people argue that when A Boogie first came out, he did kind of still like Dej Loaf sound, but he took it and ran with it, right? He did everything that Dej Loaf couldn't do with her own sound. Plus, A Boogie is a better rapper than Dej Loaf, hands down, right? But during this time that A Boogie has been, rapping, I've seen him change his sound slightly. Not huge, it hasn't changed crazy, but he's changed his sound slightly about 2 or 3 times now to try to get away from those clones who took his sound and they're trying to run with it too, right? But when you look at A Boogie's sound, man, there's mad people in the hip-hop game that kind of sound like him, right? From Lil Tecca to Roddy Ricch, and it's no shade to Lil Tecca or Roddy Ricch because I fuck with both of them, right? P&B Rock, sometimes XXXTentacion sounded like him a little bit. Kodak Black used to get in here. It depends on what kind of song Kodak Black is on, but A Boogie. And then I think that A Boogie really though is talking about Lil TJay, right? So the reason why I think he's talking about Lil TJay is 2 major things, right? First of all, Lil TJay is from the Bronx just like A Boogie's from the Bronx, right? And a lot of people have been comparing them anyway because they're both from the same area, and I'm sure that when Lil TJay was like in high school, he was listening to A Boogie and probably wanted to sound like A Boogie and probably freestyled over A Boogie beats and then developed his style specifically from A Boogie. I'm sure of it, right? I'm sure of it because you could hear it, right? So 2 days ago, Friday, Pop Smoke dropped his new album, Meet the Woo Part 2, right? And I was listening to it. I listened to the album probably like 4 times, right? And I'm like, damn, A Boogie is all over this album, yo. This shit is fire. There's one song that A Boogie is on. I forget the name of the song. Sweetheart, or something. I don't know. But I think Fabio Foreign's on that. But anyway, the whole album is fire. And I'm like, yo, he got A Boogie all over this. But that's dope. Brooklyn and Bronx link up, right? Little did I know, though, that A Boogie is on the album, but he's only on 1 song, right? The other 2 songs that I thought were also A Boogie was Lil TJay, right? But still Brooklyn and Bronx link up because Lil TJay is from the Bronx and, Pop Smoke is from Brooklyn. But it's just crazy how much alike Lil TJay does sound like A Boogie, right? And again, no shade to Lil TJay because he's talented in his own right, but specifically on these songs with Pop Smoke, he is sounding sounding just like A Boogie, and I'm sure A Boogie probably, of course, heard the album because he's on it too, and heard those songs with Lil TJay and was like, damn, this nigga is trying to sound like me, which is kind of crazy, right? But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. This just happened after I finished filming that segment, right? Little TJay goes on Twitter and says, niggas be mad when it's the next nigga's turn to shine. LOL. Move out the way and watch me win. No help, no cosigns. So, y'all let me know what y'all think about that in the comments. So, last week, a bunch of albums dropped, right? Russ dropped, Wayne dropped, a bunch of people, right? So it's crazy because everybody's music is like completely different, right? So I wouldn't even say like whose album is better than the other one because all these albums are dope, right? So Lil Wayne dropped Funeral, it was fire, and it wasn't really that much promotion, but Lil Wayne is of course a legend, and sold 139,000 copies this week. Or the first week, and also he's #1, right? Then Russ actually sells 68,000 copies with his album Shake the Snow Globe, which is actually really good. That's a W for Russ, right? Then Key Glock actually sells 29,000 copies, which is also pretty good for Key Glock because, again, not a lot of promotion behind Lil Wayne's album, or Russ's album really at all, or Key Glock's album, but Young Dolph always kind of like promotes Key Glock on his platform and everything. Plus, I love it because Key Glock and Dolph are independent, so if Key Glock is selling 29,000, he's making the same amount of money that a Lil Wayne would make by selling 139,000 the first week, right? And then you got Yo Gotti selling 28,000 the first week with Untrapped, right? But this is why I'm talking about this today, because this is crazy to me, because Key Glock, Wayne, and Russ, really not that much promotion. On the other hand though, Yo Gotti had a lot of promotion, right? He's the only one that has Roc Nation behind him of these artists. Well, I think Lil Wayne's on Roc Nation too, right? You know, Yo Gotti did a few interviews, right? Breakfast Club interviews. He went to Untitled and did an interview with them, right? He was talking to them. He was, you know, giving a synopsis of, you know, the song Big Homie and talking about how that's one of his, you know, most favorite songs on the album, right? I listened to the album. The album is fire, right? Yo Gotti always got one, right? He has a few hits on there, plus he has album cuts, right? Yo Gotti is a good rapper, plus he knows how to pick beats, plus he's a legend and been in the game for a while, right? So for him to sell the least out of Lil Wayne, okay, fine, Lil Wayne's gonna outsell you, right? But for Yo Gotti to sell less than Russ and Key Glock is crazy to me. For Yo Gotti to sell less than Key Glock is crazy to me, right? But that just shows you where hip hop is, right? Because it's not just people who are in the black community or in the culture that are purchasing hip hop today. It's everybody, right? And that's the damn reason why Russ is #1, because his fans are across the world and it's just not niggas in the hood, right? Key Glock, I don't know how he outsold Yo Gotti, man. But Lil Wayne's Lil Wayne. But that's crazy. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about this and everything else in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me at Jonny Fastlane on Instagram, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.